Hello students, welcome to St. Michael's e-learning classes. In the last class students, you know that we discussed about rag pickers, we discussed about slum areas, it means we discussed about deprived people and children. Especially we discussed about a boy and his gang, Sahib Alam, the name of the boy, and his group, the group who used to pick rags, who used to scour things from garbages that we discussed in the last class. We found that the writer of the chapter, she had interaction with these kids, and she found that they were not going to school for the whole day. They used to move on the road barefootedly just to gain something from the garbage, because it was their way to lead their life. They were gaining money with the help of it. Few portions we had completed. You just see where we were. So the writer was just inquiring about their sleepers, and they were not willing to have one. It seems some of them were having, but their slippers were there in the shelf. On the shelf, the mother has kept, because occasionally they used to have. Now you show. See, my mother didn't bring them down from the shelf, he answered simply. So the boy told that I am not using slippers because it's kept on the shelf, and my mother is not allowing me to use them every day. Even if she did, he will throw them off at another who is wearing shoes that do not match. So see the strange situation, see the pathetic condition these small children are facing in our society. He wore shoes, but they were not matching. This is the situation. But when I comment on it, so the writer asked, why did you wear the shoes that are not matching to each other? Probably they were of different colors. Maybe they were of different size, but he was wearing. Probably he loved shoes. What did he say? He said nothing. I want shoes. Says, sorry. When I comment on it, he shuffles his feet, says nothing. So shuffles means what? Like पैर को छुपाने घसीटते हुए पैर को ले जाना विदाउट उसे ऊपर उठाते हुए and छुपाने की कोशिश करना एक दूसरे के पीछे. Shuffles his feet and says nothing because he was feeling ashamed. I want shoes. Says a third boy who has never owned a pair all his life. They had very small dreams. For us, these things doesn't matter. These things are nothing for us, because we have money to buy anytime, whenever we want. But these kids, they don't have anything to enjoy, especially they don't have anything to fulfill their primary needs even. Because of it, they are loafing on the road to earn some money. And that's why here we found that they don't have slippers, they don't have shoes. Even if somebody has, the mother used to keep it safely so that occasionally they will not be in trouble and they will wear it. Now you see. Traveling across the country, I have seen children walking barefoot in cities on village roads. So the writer is telling that he has seen people, she has seen people especially children walking barefootedly without slippers, without shoes. It is not lack of money, but a tradition to stay barefoot is one explanation. And she is telling that it seems that it is not just lack of money. It's not like it that they don't have money. It seems that it's just a tradition to stay barefoot. ऐसा लगता है कि वो परंपरा है बिना स्लीपर शूज के रहना. I wonder was surprised. If this is only an exercise to explain away a perpetual state of poverty. What do you mean by it? Perpetual. That is not continuously going on without an ending point, जिसका कोई अंत ना हो. तो it's just an explanation of it, just to explain what never ending poverty that is continuously going on in their life. So they are just residing, loafing without slippers and shoes. Now you see, I remember a story a man from UDP once told me. So once a man shared with him a story. What is the story? As a young boy, he would go to school past an old temple where his father was a priest. So he used to share his childhood days. Share about his childhood days. His father was a priest. He would stop briefly. Briefly means for a short period, थोड़े देर के लिए, at the temple and prayed for a pair of shoes. And he didn't have anything to wear in his foot like shoes or slippers, and that's why in front of God he used to wish for what? For shoes. 30 years later, I visited his town and the temple, which was now drawn in an air of desolation. What do you mean by desolation? Desolation, it means empty, emptiness. खालीपन था, उजाड़ बना हुआ था. So it was full of desolation. Again, the writer visited the place where the person shared his childhood story when he was just a small child, and he used to pray to Almighty in front of Almighty and wishing for what? Pair of shoes. And what happened after 30 years? In the backyard where lived the new priest, now the new priest was there. There were red and white plastic chairs. The situation is changed. Standard of living is changed a little bit, you see. A young boy dressed in a grey uniform, wearing socks and shoes, arrived panting. Panting means what? Halting with gasping, G-A-S-P-I-N-G, panting, gasping, and threw his school bag on a folding bed. So he found that a young boy who was in his school uniform just returned from there. What happened, you see? I remember the prayer another boy had made to the goddess when he had finally got a pair of shoes. What is the prayer now? Finally he got the pair of shoes, and again praying to Almighty. What is the prayer? Let me never lose them. So they are so much emotionally bonded with these things, their belongings. They are so much attached with their belongings, and they are so much afraid of losing them, and that's why they are praying to Almighty. Means these things are still strange for them. These things are still just like achieving something to them. So that's why what they are doing, once they are gaining, again they are praying. They are afraid they will lose that, and that's why they are praying to Almighty. The child is praying to Almighty कि ये गुम ना हो, भगवान मेरी सहायता करो. The goddess has granted his prayer. Young boys like the son of the priest now wore shoes. And now what happened? They are blessed with shoes. They have shoes. It means they have money at least to buy shoes. But many others like the rag pickers, kachra churne wale, in my neighborhood remain shoeless. But there are some children, rag pickers, or people also who are loafing without any shoes, slippers. The reason is they don't have money to buy. So we can say at some extent the things are changing, but still we need to do more and more. The government or the NGOs, or we can say the bureaucrats or the leaders, they need to do more and more, because still their situation is pathetic. My acquaintance with the barefoot rag pickers leads me to Simapuri. Acquaintance means contact, jaan pehchan. So once she started talking with rag pickers, she became acquainted with them, and finally she reached to the place where they used to reside. और finally वो वहाँ पहुँच गई, सीमापुरी, the place where they used to reside, a place on the periphery, outer area. Periphery means outer area of Delhi, 8 miles away from it, metaphorically, that is symbolically. So here she went to Simapuri, just the place they used to reside. It is situated on the periphery of Delhi, outside of Delhi. Those who live here are squatters. What do you mean by squatters? Squatters, it means the people who capture the land or residing there unlawfully, that is not belonging to them. ऐसे लोग जो जमीन पे अवैध रूप से निर्माण करके कब्जा करके रह रहे हैं, जो उनका नहीं है, that is called squatters, who came from Bangladesh back in 1971. So these people who came from Bangladesh, they started residing there. Unused land, it was unused land probably in those days, and that's why they became a squatter. They just started making their homes, started living there. Sahib's family is among them. So the boy with whom she met, he was also residing there. Simapuri was then a wilderness. Wilderness, that is unused, उपयोगी नहीं होना, जिसे ऐसे ही छोड़ दिया गया था. It was still is, but it is no longer empty. But now it is not empty. People are residing there in structures of mud with roofs of tin and tarpaulin. This is your homework. Tarpaulin, devoid of sewage system. There is no sewage system, drainage system, or running water. Leave 10,000 rag pickers. So that much people are residing there, and their situation, you see, the houses that are made up of tarpaulin, the houses that are made up of mud. There is no drainage system, sewage system, everything is broken, but they are residing. They have lived here for more than 30 years without an identity. Of course, they are squatters and they don't have any identity. They are just, we can say, they came from another country. They are not belonging from India. So that's why they don't have identity, and still their situation is strange. Without permits but with ration cards that kept their names on voter lists and enabled them to buy grains. So see the situation. These people, they don't have any identity. They have only one identity, that is they are squatters. Another identity, they are belonging from Bangladesh. They came in 1971. Another identity, they are rag pickers. Another identity, they are unprivileged. Another identity, they are belonging from slum areas. But no any other identity is provided them. Any fulfillment of any requirements is happening there. But at the same time, ration card is provided to them by political leaders, by government, just to gain their votes. They will buy some grains and they will vote for the government or the opposition. So this is what is happening. See the situation of the politics in our country. They are still unprivileged. They are still leading a miserable condition, but in spite of it, what is provided only the ration cards, so that they will be able to cast their votes, and certainly they will get some grain. And just because of this grain, थोड़े से अनाज के लिए, they are just casting their votes in the favor of leaders. Food is more important for survival than an identity. And what is their opinion? Doesn't matter that they don't have identity. They are telling they are not afraid of anything. What they want to fill their stomach. They want food. So it's here we found they are telling that food is more important. If they are provided with food, they don't need anything to think about, especially about their identity. If at the end of the day we can feed our families and go to bed without an aching stomach. What do you mean by aching stomach? Aching stomach, it means the stomach is aching because of hunger. So, if their stomach is filled and they don't have aching stomach by the end of the day, they are the happiest person, and this food was not provided in their own country Bangladesh, and that's why they came in India, and that's why they are telling we would rather live here than in the field that there was no grain. So in their country they were not getting even food to eat, and that's why they migrated to our country India, and here they are provided with grain, food, just for what? For boats. They are provided with food because of boats. The leaders are misleading them and misleading the society, and these people are also happy that at least they are feeding their family, at least they are feeding themselves. A group of women in tattered saris, torn saris, see the situation. When I asked them why they left their beautiful land of green, field and rivers. So when the writer asked, the ladies who were in tattered saris, torn saris, they explained that they are quite happy here, that at least they are filling their stomach, at least they are filling the stomach of their families, and that is the field, the green field and rivers are good for nothing for them because they were not providing any food to them. Children grow up in them, becoming partners in survival. Why? Partners in survival. Why the word is used? Survival. Here, at the very tender age, the way they are brought up, at the very tender age, they start working and they start earning. So now they became the partner of their family members, partner of their parents. They start earning money to survive at the tender age. बचपन से ही पैसे कमाना अर्न करना शुरू कर देते हैं. And what is the profession? That is, they are the rag pickers and they are just picking rags. And survival in Simapuri means rag picking. And here the profession with which they are attached, that is rag picking. Through the years, it has acquired the proportion of a fine art. And for these children, this is just like fine art, something that is very much attractive. Why? Because once or twice they find something, they search in the garbage and they gain something valuable, and that's why it's just like a game, and in that way they are earning money also. Garbage to them is gold. Why? Because they are searching, they are gaining something, they sell and they earn money. It is their daily bread. Of course, it is providing them money, a roof over their heads. Even it is a leaking roof. Yes, of course, they are having the not permanent roof, they are having temporary roof on their head. But for a child, it is even more. For parents, it is just a way of survival, just to survive. Although their roof is not permanent, but they are anyhow they are managing. But small kids, it's not only for survival, it's about something more. What is this more? Means they are most part of their day they are just residing with garbages. They are having their contacts, they are having their friends with them, and they are just enjoying the garbages, and there they are scrounging, there they are searching, and they are gaining something for their survival, and that's why it's a type of art for them. So for parents, it's a way of living. For kids, it's a way to enjoy their day and earn money. Thank you students for today. We will meet tomorrow. Thank you.